Hey, good afternoon, peeps. Welcome back to Star Cub Review. I'm your host, Star Cub. Today, this one, I thought I'd share with you all a review that has been a long time coming. I have not finished this game entirely to do a full-blown review as such, but I am going to do, it is going to be a review, but I will do a final review once I have finished this game, and as probably everyone has guessed it by now, it is The Secret of Evermore from 1995 for the Super Nintendo. And at the time, it was developed by Squaresoft, the North American branch of Squaresoft, so it wasn't developed in Japan. And it was released in North America October 1st, 1995, Europe and Australia in February 1996, and ultimately a Japanese release was planned to follow the North American release, but a few months out it was ultimately cancelled altogether. So there was no release in Japan other than America, Europe and Australia, which kudos to us that got it, because Secret of Evermore is an absolutely bloody fantastic and amazing RPG that the North American office of Squaresoft at the time developed. Now, I've seen a lot of people reviewing this on other channels and stuff like that, saying that it's clunky. Some people don't like it, some people liked aspects of it, but ultimately it fails as an RPG. I personally disagree with some of those comments, but I can understand where everyone comes from when they do reviews. If it's not a game that they like, it's not a game that they like. I thought Secret of Evermore, so far, I'm almost done. I'm 2 worlds away from finishing a Secret of Evermore, and my time playing Secret of Evermore has just been absolutely, hands down, fantastic. I cannot believe I never played it back in the day, but I'm glad I bought a copy of it in 2023 and experiencing it for myself, basically. And basically, I really, now that it's Square Enix, now that they've folded, Squaresoft has basically folded into Enix, so now, obviously, Square Enix, I am really, really hoping that they really do a full-blown remake of Secret of Evermore, or a remastered edition of Secret of Evermore to release on the Nintendo Switch. I'm just putting out there, Square Enix. I mean, I know at the time when they were Squaresoft, it was the North American branch. So I know there's the people that worked at the North American branch, it's now gone. I know that much. But because they own the property, Secret of Evermore, I'm hoping that at least one day we get a remake or a remastered edition for the Nintendo Switch which would be absolutely hands down amazing. I mean, for the people that I've seen review it and say they absolutely love it and cherish it, I mean, I absolutely cherish the hell out of it. It is an absolutely amazing game. The story is cool. The unique battle system is cool. The alchemy and magic system, the real-time battle system, and the unique ring system gameplay that they take elements from Secret of Mana series. But other than that, before I get into this review, for everyone that is new to my channel, thanks so much for clicking on this review. I really, really appreciate it. And everyone returning, I love you all. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So basically, the premise of The Secret of Evermore for the Super Nintendo, the story. All right, here we go. The story basically follows a boy and his pet dog, and they're inadvertently transported to a fantasy world called Evermore. And you, as the player, have to guide the boy and his shape-shifting dog through Evermore. And Evermore is a whole world composed of separate realms. So, and each realm represents a different period of real-world history, or prehistoria, or prehistory. So you got different realms. So you got Antiqua, Gothica, Omnitopia, and some of these worlds, one of them will represent ancient Egypt, one will represent the Gardens of Babylon. There's you'll see it. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but there's all different realms within this whole world of Evermore, and they resemble real world history areas, which is absolutely amazing. And throughout your adventure, your dog always changes his form, so it's a different form each time in the story, but it's the same. It's still the boy's dog, but his dog changes to suit the area that he's in, and some of the dog's forms are absolutely hands down cool as. So basically, the story is set. The first part of the story is set in 1965 in Podunk, and the boy chases his dog after inadvertently chasing a cat into a laboratory, and they both get zapped to this fantasy world of Evermore, and then from there they have to figure out how to get back home to Podunk back in 1965. And Podunk is set is a fictional town in America, and the story is it's fun. It's easy to follow. Some of it will be a little like, there's references to world movies in there as well. Like, the boy loves movies, and he references some of his favorite quotes from the movies that he's watched back in his time era, and it's fantastic how it all plays out. And then it's a future world and stuff like that. So that's basically the story. Now, the gameplay shares a lot of similarities with Secret of Mana. We have real-time battles in it. You have a ring-shaped menu system, or ring system, and the ability to switch control between the boy and the dog. So you can play as the dog, or you can play as the kid, between the two characters. So they have similar mechanics, but ultimately it's its own thing, but it has a lot of similar things from the Mana series. The interface and gameplay, like I said, Secret of Mana, it mostly consists of aerial view. It's an aerial view setting, so the whole game is set in an aerial view. And then you have to navigate the terrain through different areas. You have to fend off hostile creatures. You can play as either the boy or the dog. And if you choose the boy, then the dog is run by AI, and it is pretty good. The dog can sniff out items for you. So when he's at a particular spot, he'll tell the boy that there's an item there, and you go to where he is and collect the item. You got all different sorts of weapons throughout the game that you get, various weapons. You'll first start off with like a normal sort of weak weapon, and then work your way up to a stronger weapon, for like a level 2, and then a level 3 will be an even stronger weapon, and you can level them up. You got caves and towns you can go to. You can purchase items to heal your hit points. Your HP bar both HP bars are displayed at the bottom. One in the left-hand corner and one in the right-hand corner. One is the boys, one is the dogs. HP meter plus. There's a meter there for attacks. Now, this is real-time attacks. So if you attack once, it's at 100%, as you'll see in the bottom bar at the bottom. And it quickly runs back up again. But if you attack an enemy at 50% or whatnot, you're only going to get half attack rather than a full attack, calculating their hit points. So, and there's all, then you got armor throughout the thing to improve your stats as well. You got a crafting system. The magic system is unique in the way that you get your magic through crafting formulas, and then you have to, there's item management in this as well. So throughout the game, you'll collect different sorts of items where you can make magic, and depending on how much ingredients you get, you can make certain items and certain magics, but it's however much you get at the time, and mix the ingredients together. When you get the formula, it'll tell you how much you've got in your menu on the ring system. It'll have your weapons, your stats, your equip screen, and all of that, so you can check all that out as well. Like I said, with the weapons, there's 4 different weapons. There's the sword, spear, axe, and towards the end, futuristic weapons being bazookas. So there's that. The crafting system is unique. You know, you need some item management, like I said. And if everyone's been following along, I've had videos running in the background showing gameplay from my game that I've been going through. So I've been taking video of all of that. So if you've been paying attention, it'll demonstrate some of that, but not all of that. I'm just showing you what the menus are like and stuff like that, if everyone's following along. And with the alchemic formulas, you've got different, there's call beads in it as well, where you'll meet certain people throughout the story that will give you call beads, which you can call them on for help, and they have really powerful magic attacks or stop attacks, a turn back time, freeze time. It's really, really ingenious system. It is absolutely genius. The gameplay is fantastic. It's like I said, you have to manage your items very carefully. It's a bit involved. It's a bit involved with the whole gameplay aspect, but it's very easy to follow, especially with the different menu screens. And the dog attacks, and each weapon you level up, there's a level maxer. So on the left hand side first, it'll show you that the weapon is a level 1, and then on the other side where it has 0, it'll go up in numbers, and that will be the leveling up system for your weapon to get to level 2, to get to level 3. So you'll see that number going up and up and up as you keep using that particular weapon. And if you keep using that particular weapon, it goes all the way up to a level 3, which is the strongest you can get out of all the weapon types. So there's that. And excuse me. Basically, that's the premise of the story and the gameplay aspect. I'm not going to give too much more away in terms of that. But now I will share with y'all my things that I have got from that I have collected for Secret of Evermore, and that's excuse me. I got 2 different strategy guides, which is really, really cool, because one is an authorized power guide, and the other one is an authorized one from Squaresoft, Brady Games. So it's pretty cool. They're different strategy guides in a way, and I thought I wanted to have both of them because one is really, really good, and the other one details different different things within the strategy guide. So I had to get both of those, and obviously this here, as if everyone can see, this is a third-party case that I got off eBay from an amazing shop on eBay that does custom cases for Super Nintendo games that you don't have the actual box for, and it's absolutely amazing. You can there you go, and there's my authentic copy of Secret of Evermore, and it's so well done. And then obviously that's my instruction booklet, my authentic instruction booklet that goes with it. But the custom cases are amazing, and I did unfortunately to get Secret of Evermore in a full-on box is a lot of money, and I just don't have that. So I went with a custom box, and that's really, really good. Like, it houses it really well, and it looks fantastic. Still gives you the nostalgic feel of, an original Super Nintendo box, but it's just different. It's cool. I really, really like it. Now, in terms of conclusion, I will say Secret of Evermore is a fantastic game. It's an RPG that's easy to pick up, it's easy to play, it's challenging. The bosses are challenging, I'm not gonna lie. They're challenging. And if anyone's looking for a challenge, definitely Secret of Evermore. But for 1995, being on the Super Nintendo, Squaresoft at the time, now Square Enix, have done a brilliant and fantastic job with this. Once I get it finished, I will do a full review. Just basically my final thoughts on Secret of Evermore and basically my experience with it. But I've had such a blast playing it. The leveling up system as well is fantastic. It's very much like different Final Fantasy games where you have, you gotta do a lot of battles to get your experience up, and the dog levels up as well. So that's another cool aspect to it. What do I give this game in terms of rating? Hands down, 10 out of 10. Absolutely fantastic game. And I'm just putting it out there to Square Enix. Once again, please consider doing this as a remastered version. Do a remastered edition for the Nintendo Switch. Please. I would love to play this on the Nintendo Switch, where the graphics are very much like your pixel remasters for the original Final Fantasies. I would absolutely love Square Enix to do that. Absolutely. Hands down, it's a fantastic game. Anyone that is interested in old RPGs from the early 90s and 80s, this one from the early 90s, 1995, you have to play it. It's absolutely amazing. Best experience on the Super Nintendo, but I would love to see a remastered, even a remake on the Nintendo Switch. Definitely. But other than that, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This is this review done, and hopefully I will have another few out in a couple of days. It's my birthday on Monday, so I don't think I'll be doing any videos on Monday. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll probably do like a birthday message or something like that just to keep everyone updated. But other than that, guys, thanks all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will see you all in the next one. All right, take care. Bye.